Hey everybody, how's it going? So I tried to do this video once, lost internet midway through. Just want to redo it because I thought this was a fun little number riddle given to us by the news today. You know, it's good to keep it lighthearted once in a while. Nobody dying in this story, nobody falling ill or getting injured. I want to talk about this story about David Schwimmer having a look-alike booze thief. And you may remember this story from October of last year. In fact, October 24th of 2018 is the date on which David Schwimmer posted an imitation video of him in his local grocery store pretending to steal booze. And in this video, we're going to talk about the numerology of this story. And when I talk about numerology, we're focused on the language of Gematria. This is the ancient practice of coding numbers into words, rooted in ancient Jewish mysticism, and rooted in the belief that God created the world by merging the letter and the number, which explains why the Bible begins with God speaking the world into existence. And it does appear as if our world is coded by this language of Gematria. And so let's talk about this story and, whether or not it's fabricated. I mean, one theory is that this guy in the picture really is David Schwimmer, and this is all being done as just a fun little numeric news riddle. So let's explain. First of all, just the real basic numerology of this. Now, CNN published this story on August 1st, but this didn't make the main page of CNN until this afternoon, where it was listed as a featured story. So today, August 2nd, both dates are important. We'll explain why. This is the date that leaves 151 days in the calendar. And using the standard alphabetic order, where each letter receives a numeric value relative to its position in the alphabet, the name David Schwimmer sums to 151. This story is about a booze thief. And in the alphabetic order, booze thief equals 111. This is the same as the name Schwimmer, also 111 ordinal. Notice how Schwimmer sums to 48 in Pythagorean gematria, where we use the rules of numerology. This is the same as the word thief in ordinal. And the date that this article was published, August 1st, had full numerology of 48, 8 plus 1 plus 20 plus 19. And August 1st, this date, written 8/1 here in the United States. This brings us to the topic of the video, which again appears to be a fun little numeric riddle that the news is making with this story. In Gematria, the phrase number permutation has a reduction value of 81. Again, this story published on the date 8/1. But something else that's really interesting about the gematria of this phrase is that in the reverse alphabetic order, number permutation sums to 234. This is where Z gets the value 1, Y is 2, all the way through A is 26. And so often on my blog, I mention how the number 234 is significant because if you add it to its permutation of 432, you get the number 666. Using English Sumerian gematria, which is the alphabetic order times 6, the number of time, I believe the Sumerians may have been credited with discovering time or how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in this cipher, the name Schwimmer equals 666. So again, number permutation summing to 234. And this brings us to the word disappointed as to why this was highlighted by the news article in quotes there in the headline. Well, notice how the word disappointed has a numeric value of 432 in Jewish gematria, this cipher based in the Latin alphabet with more modern characters placed at the end. And see how the word disappointed equals 432, a permutation of 234. Now, David Schwimmer is famous because of his role as Ross on the television show Friends. And see how Friends in this same cipher equals 234. Now, in this cipher, let's look at David Schwimmer's full name. Here we get 2927. Well, this is a prime number. And check it out. This is the 423rd prime number. So here again, we have yet another permutation of the number 234, which is the gematria of number permutation. It all seems to make sense of this silly story, doesn't it? Another interesting thing about this guy's gematria, if you're familiar with my work, you know about the number 227. If you divide 22 by 7, you get the first 3 digits of pi. This works in gematria in the alphabetic order. 22 divided by 7 equals 314. Well, the name David Schwimmer in reverse equals 227. And if you use prime numbers, which is the alphabetic order, but only associated prime numbers, the name David Lawrence Schwimmer equals the permutation of 227, 722. And look at his ordinal value even. You get a 232, and this is where it ties into his age on this day's date. So the number 232 is essentially the number 23 forwards and backwards. Another permutation, you could say. David Schwimmer was born November 2nd of 1966. Meaning on today's date, he's exactly 52 years and 9 months old. And why is that interesting? Well, the number 529 is 23 squared. And there you see his name having those permutations of 23. Now, where it continues to get even more interesting. Again, he uploaded this video of him imitating the booze thief on his Twitter account on October 24th of 2018. Today's news story, well, even the published date, if you include the end date, but also August 2nd, where it made national headlines. This was 9 months and 9 days later. Number permutation equals 99. But if you look at just the number of days, you get 282 days. And think about today's date, August 2nd. You can write this 2/8 or 8/2. Another set of permutations. By the way, the only number that sums to 99 is 13. This might have something to do with the gematria of David Schwimmer's character, Ross Geller, in Friends. That sums to 130 in the alphabetic order. I guess the one last thing that probably is worth mentioning, if you look at his birthday, it's 11/2/66. And those are almost the numbers found in his age today, 19266. Maybe that's a coincidence, but I think the riddle here is clear once you understand what they're going after. And I do think number permutations are significant. You don't see it often in my work because it's easy for people to say I'm playing with numbers when in reality we don't need to. However, it's little stories like this that I think nudge us in the direction of these things that are being hinted, under our noses. So that's going to do it for this video. This was I redid this video. It was a repeat of what I did a little bit ago. So for anybody who tuned into this stream and saw the previous live stream and didn't realize that I was redoing it, I bet that was kind of trippy, right? But no, I just wanted to make sure that this whole video got out because there was about 2 minutes that it dropped, and there were some things that it missed. So just wanted to get that out there. And yeah, thanks to everybody who jumped in. That's going to do it for this video, and we will talk to you probably next week. All right, everyone. Peace, love, and God bless. See ya.